October 2016. At this point, the Warriors are a season's length away from making it back to the NBA Finals for a chance at redemption after humiliation. While Steph Curry is pretty much respected on a national level now, especially after what he did for Team USA in the 2024 Paris Olympics, the scene was a lot different back in October 2016. Steph was called a choker and was mocked openly by the media and fans around the world for being the leader on a team that blew the first 3-1 lead in NBA Finals history. A historic 73-9 season, a unanimous MVP, all to come up short when it mattered most. Like his Under Armour sneaker commercial for the Curry 3 that dropped before the season, Steph was on a mission to
now make that old.
But to make matters worse, in the public eye at least, Kevin Durant had joined the squad, making the Warriors the true villains of the NBA. Of course, the Warriors themselves weren't complaining about acquiring KD. Shoot, I wouldn't either. But the unprecedented free agent signing left them with a very clear assignment. With an embarrassment of luxuries, anything short of a dominant run to a ring would be unacceptable for Golden State in 2016-17. And as the calendar turned to June 1st, 2017, the Dubs were 4 games away from accomplishing that very goal. They had swept their way through the Western Conference, going 12-0 against the Blazers, Jazz, and Spurs. In their way of a redemption ring was a familiar foe for the third straight year, the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron, Kyrie, and company made light work of the Eastern Conference, going 12-1 with sweeps against the Pacers, Raptors, and a gentleman's sweep against the young Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. The storyline was simple. KD had the most to prove as he had to cash in on his decision to join Golden State in the offseason. Sheer dominance and a Finals MVP was the goal. Steph had something to prove as well after a role player in Andre Iguodala won Finals MVP in 2015 and the meltdown of the Dubs in the 2016 Finals, specifically Games 5 through 7.
I don't want to feel like what I felt last year, and I'm going to do everything in my power to put us in the best position to win this series.
And for the Cavs, if they could somehow beat this version of the Warriors, you could argue it would be even more impressive and more historic than defeating a 73-win Warrior team without Kevin Durant the year before.
I don't like to be satisfied too much. And I'm sitting here once again being able to compete for a championship, so that's what I'm here for.
Cleveland was playing with house money. Golden State had all the pressure. It's the 2017 NBA Finals, and when they were all said and done, it could be argued that someone who played a huge part in them flew way under the radar. Alright, let's pause for a quick shout out to Rakuten, who is not sponsoring this video by the way. They're just the #1 option for cash back with online shopping. I use Rakuten whether it's through the website or the app every time I shop online, and I have a link in the description down below. Now, I'm completely transparent. This is an affiliate link. I will get credit if you go to this link, but most importantly, you will get credit because when you spend $30, you'll get $30 back, and whatever store that you're shopping at, depending on the cash back that they're giving right now, you'll get that percentage back as well. It's legit. I've used this for years. Think about it like this. Support my channel through the link by buying whatever you want online. That's a pretty good deal, right? Let's get back to the video. Shout out to all y'all who suggested I cover Steph's performance in the 2017 Finals. Y'all know who you are. I'm going to highlight your comments at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that.
We're in Oakland for Game 1 of the 2017 NBA Finals, and the Cleveland Cavaliers return to the place where they experienced their greatest triumph.
The Cavs are back on the court where the block became immortalized, where the shot became immortalized, but it won't help them in Game 1 of the 2017 NBA Finals.
Boy, was he right. Golden State absolutely jumped on the Cavs in Game 1, outscoring them in every quarter. The Dubs played arguably their cleanest Finals game ever with 4 turnovers, which tied an NBA Finals low. And of course, the presence of Kevin Durant was something else.
Joe Varden, Cleveland.com. LeBron, if there was one thing that stands out to you about them, whether it's speed or whatever, what was it for tonight?
KD.
He's just, obviously, he hasn't been here in the last 2 finals. I mean, what is it about him? What kind of impact does he make? How does he change things?
Well, I mean, you take one of the best teams that we had ever assembled last year, that we saw in the regular season and in the postseason, and then, in the offseason, you add a high-powered offensive talent like that and a great basketball IQ like that. that's what stands out. I mean, it's no ifs, ands, or buts. I mean, it is what it is, and we got to figure out how to how to combat that. Which is going to be a tough challenge for us, but that's what stands out.
Yeah. LeBron knew the Cavs were up against a different beast here. Durant dropped 38 points on 14 of 26 shooting. That's 53.8%, and 3 of 6 from 3 to go along with 9 rebounds and 8 assists in his first finals game since 2012. And with all the attention Durant drew, and deservedly so, for his insanely efficient performance, Steph flew under the radar in this one as he dropped 28 points on 11 of 22, 50% from the floor, and 6 threes. He also added 10 assists and 6 rebounds, in addition to absolutely cooking bigs who got switched onto him up top. Steph put one heck of an in-and-out cross on LeBron near the beginning of the third quarter that pretty much summed up the night as the Dubs won 113-91.
Every game's important. You got to focus on what's in front of you. So get that first one's a good feeling. We obviously know there's a lot of work to do.
Now, even though the Cavs tried to resurrect some 2016 vibes by donning their black unis with the sleeves in Game 2, the result wasn't much different than Game 1. Durant dropped another 30-plus point game with 33 points on 13 of 22 field goals, shooting 59%. With 4 threes, he grabbed 13 rebounds, dished out 6 assists, swatted away 5 shots, and grabbed 3 steals. I mean, how can you get much better than that? But when I posted a poll asking y'all to choose Steph's best game of the 2017 finals, an overwhelming majority of y'all selected Game 2, and well, if you just watch the highlights without even looking at the numbers, I can see why.
Dribbles on James, takes it baseline, brings it back outside, now spins back to his right hand, fakes, comes left hand, drives on James all the way, goes up and scores! He beat him to the rim! Timeout Cleveland! What a move by Curry!
This signature moment, combined with dime after dime from Curry, led to a triple-double performance, 32 points, 11 assists, and 10 rebounds. Yeah, that's right, 10 rebounds from a 6'3" point guard, as the Dubs rolled 132-113. And real quick, you want to know how you can help me to keep rolling out these videos? Well, it's as simple as hitting the like button, subscribing, and turning on notifications to stay locked into everything we got going on around here. Let's get the discussion going in the comments down below as well. Is this series, 2017, Steph's most underrated finals in his career? Sound off in the comments with your take, and I'll be reading and replying to y'all's responses. As the series shifted to Cleveland for Game 3, Golden State had a chance to further suck the life out of the Cavs and take a commanding 3-0 series lead. The Cavs knew that they must stop this from happening by any means necessary, even if it meant playing mind games with KD in his pregame presser.
Golden Wood, NBC Sports Bay Area. Last game, when you talked about playing small and having to play inside more, you gave some credit to Draymond Green, saying that you learned from him I don't know what those sounds are.
It's scaring me a little bit up here, but
It might be the plumbing.
yeah. Yeah, that thing's shaking a little bit, buddy.
That concludes today. Thank you.
Yeah, you better believe that concludes today, buddy. Now, I can neither confirm nor deny that the Cavs, specifically LeBron, tried to mess with KD here. But I can confirm that this game was absolutely epic and ended up being one of the biggest reasons why Durant took home Finals MVP. This was a pure battle throughout, and the Cavs held a 94-89 lead heading into the fourth quarter after outscoring Golden State 33-22 in the third. With Cleveland up 6 with 2:26 remaining in the game, Steph would go coast to coast for a layup to cut into the lead. After a few key stops on Irving and James, the ball would be in the hands of Durant with 1:23 remaining. A few hesitations and a drive left on Tristan Thompson would result in a one-handed floater to cut the Cavs' lead to 2. And then KD would produce one of the top signature moments of his career.
James pulls back, drives again, kicks it out Korver, corner 3. Can't get it to fall, rebound Durant. Incredible opportunity. Durant for 3. It's good! Kevin Durant from downtown, and Golden State takes the lead.
Kevin Durant, though, so gifted, comes down and just pulls up and knocks it in.
Durant, 31 points on 10 of 18 shooting, 55.6%, 4 of 7 from 3, with 9 rebounds and 4 assists. Even though Steph dropped 26 points, led the Dubs in rebounds with 13 and contributed 6 assists, it was tough to say that KD wasn't the best player on the floor on this night. In the biggest game of his career, Dubs win 118-113.
The way that the game went, it was back and forth, it was high intensity, and the way that they played pretty much the whole game. To find a way to win was just an amazing accomplishment. Set us up for hopefully a great night Friday.
Well, not quite on the great night part, Steph. Cleveland, they turned in an absolutely historic offensive performance in Game 4 to avoid the sweep and spoil Golden State's perfect postseason, scoring a finals record 86 points in the first half and running away with the W 137-116. As the home crowd chanted Cavs in 7, Durant still had 35, but this was Steph's worst game of the finals as he contributed just 14 points, but the man still had 10 assists. And so it was up to Golden State to handle business back home to officially put an end to any chances of yet another wild Cleveland comeback. And even though the Cavs fought in this one, the Warriors had an answer every time. And of course, Durant was the headlining star once again, and to be honest, why wouldn't he be? 39 points in a closeout game on 14 of 20, 70% field goal shooting, 5 of 8 from 3, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. I mean, the man was the definition of a machine out there. And of course, whose performance got overshadowed due to Durant? Yeah, you guessed it. Steph, he poured in 32 points, 10 of 20 shooting, 10 assists, 6 rebounds to help Golden State complete the mission in dominant fashion as they finished with the best winning percentage of all time in the playoffs with a 16-1 record. It's 94.1%. 2016 blown 3-1 lead. Steph and the Dubs had officially made that old. So, yeah. As Kevin Durant stood there, deservedly holding the finals MVP trophy with a series average of 35.2 points, 8.2 rebounds, and 5.4 assists per game on 55.6% field goal shooting, he owed a lot of the open looks he got in large part to Steph Curry, who turned in arguably his most underrated finals series of his career with averages of 26.8 points, 9.4 assists, and 8 rebounds per game. I mean, this man Curry finished as the third leading rebounder on his team behind Draymond Green and KD, and out-rebounded Cavs big Tristan Thompson with 2.2 more rebounds per game than him. We're talking about a point guard here. And as promised, here are the comments that I wanted to highlight. Kevin Campbell, who suggested that I cover Curry's 2017 finals performance, shout out to you. Aaron, who pointed out that Steph nearly averaged a triple-double in the 2017 finals. Hayden, who responded that Curry's 2017 finals were easily his most underrated considering how dominant KD was, and he's got a great point. And Jalen, who pointed out the fact that Curry out-rebounded Tristan Thompson, that still is truly insane to think about. Now, I firmly believe that Curry hasn't gotten enough credit for this series as a whole, but there's another individual game in the finals from Steph that is flown under the radar. I got a video on that's up on the screen and down in the description, so go ahead and check that out now. And I'll be back with another episode of Topic Tackle coming soon as always. Stay solid, people.